Hello, Shep. I hope you're fantastic today. And today's very stream, I want to share with you NLP. Why obsession is important. The importance of obsession. I mean, how many of you are obsessed about something? And how do you feel when you're obsessed? For example, when I have just told you yesterday, when you get your first deal done, when you have someone near, you get you have the bang in the box, you have your own, you just did an offer, someone said, okay, I take this offer, awesome, and you just get what you gotten. Well, how do you feel now? You feel freaking on hype. Yeah, man, I did it, right? Now, what you should do is not just say, hi, I'm doing right, let's do it again, something. I mean, you can keep up the momentum, it's all cool. However, there's something you can tweak on, and it might be even more powerful for yourself for the long term. Okay? Awesome. So what you want to do is you want to ask yourself questions. Again, questions? Yes, questions. Questions are really powerful because you can rewire your brain, especially when you're hyped like this. Okay? Because you have faster access to your own subconsciousness rather than you have to go through meditation stuff. I mean, you can do it so too. However, it takes more time. But however, when you're in a hype mood, you're in a high vibration state, well, it's easier to you to access to subconsciousness and go from your gut on and make the right choices. Okay? So ask yourself, who could it help right now? When you feel like on hype, right now, you just closed your first client, you just did a deal which took you like forever, and then you say, hey, I finally did it. You feel just on hype, right? And by the way, you can also join myself on YouTube. When you asking myself what I have my mic here, because I'm doing also on YouTube to live stream pogodora, and you can watch it from there. So ask yourself the first question: who could I help? Because this kind of hype, who can I give this hype? Who can I give this energy? Who can I provide this energy to? So it might be not just for yourself or not for your 5 minutes hype and then you feel depressed. No, you give it to someone and then you can use the rule of reciprocation and it will suit you even better. This is the first question you want to ask. The second question you want to ask yourself is how I'm going to keep on going, because it's really important when you are in a hype state and when you just stop, what will happen? Okay, it just disappears after a time, right? However, when you are doing something, and I want to do, if you did a really, really harsh task, and when you did it, and when you're on hype, and when you do again the same harsh task, it can happen that you fail. It can happen that you fail, and that will actually destroy your own self-esteem, your own confidence. So instead of do something easier and ask yourself how can keep on going, and find something you can do immediately afterwards. So keep this momentum up, okay? It doesn't have to be in the same height, but it's a little bit lower, so you can kind of maintain your own hype state, because it's a really good state to be in. Now, then you can ask yourself also how to condition my mind and my body. How can I condition it in this very state? I mean, you can do some sit-ups, you can jump around, pogoing on something like that, or you can. This will also maintain the whole state even further till it actually explodes. But the thing is, you don't want to do it too much, because when you try to maintain it for not for a long time, but when you try too hard, your body will just feel exhausted and you feel even worse than before. So you have to find a solution in yourself, asking this kind of question: how to condition your mind and your body in this kind of state. Okay? And this kind of thing brings back everything to certainty, because when you're in this kind of state, you feel really certain that you can do anything. You can do anything. But the thing is, when you do something harsh or even harsher than before, it can happen that you are failing. When you're failing, the certainty just drops down. Just don't do it. Okay? And when you actually reach a state of certainty, of the full certainty, because you're on hype, and because you obsess something, you get hype on it, because obsession is always something with hype. Okay, you feel hype on it, and then you're doing it. You have to do it till the end. Again, when you are canceling in the middle of the thing, it will harm your own certainty. It will harm your own self-esteem and so on. Just do it till the end, okay? Really important. Do it till the end. And yeah, and do it with enough repetition. As much you can maintain the state. Do it with enough repetition, because guess what? Enough repetition equals conditioned. When you do enough repetition, you feel this condition. And you have already conditioned yourself. So even right now, you do it with enough repetition, you condition yourself. And this means also it applies to more certainty. So when you do enough repetition and condition yourself through this repetition, because your brain is actually, when you do the same thing in a hype state, in a normal state, then you switch to the normal state, it might feel harder. However, you condition yourself faster. Then you just start off something from a normal state of. Okay? And then you can get to certainty even quicker. It is a shortcut for you. Now, don't forget to telling yourself in this kind of state. You can also do like Tony Robbins incantation. You know what it is? It is like affirmation, but you just screaming around. And like jumping around, you feel your body so empowered, you're full of sweat, you're stinky, you're not stinky, but you're full of sweat and stuff, and you just jump around and just scream like I can do anything, like, you know, you just scream around, I can do anything. I mean, some people, I don't recommend to do it when you live in an apartment. If you live in an apartment, I have something for you. I've shown also before like 10 times, but if you have been in Japan before, they have done these things. What does this say? This is like a karaoke for today. This is a karaoke tool. You can use it at home or something like that. So you can scream how much you want, and you don't hear myself that much, don't you? You don't hear that much, right? It doesn't that much kind of disturbing sound. So it's good for you. Kudos to you. Okay. So this is one thing you can do, and during this kind of state, when you empower it with incantation, what you can do is also tell to yourself, now I am the voice, kind of right now. I am the voice right now. Now I am commanding my subconsciousness to, or I am ordering my subconscious to do this and this, and then you're more likely to execute on it. Okay, when you're telling you to the subconscious, because when you are in this kind of hype state, you can control the subconscious list faster. You get faster access than doing kind of exercises, writing and stuff, writing, ongoing meditation, affirmation, going in kind of progression, regression states, and so on. You know, all this stuff like that, all this hypnosis, all this stuff. It takes some time. But here, when you're in a hype state, use it in the right way. Okay? Awesome. Now, when you are in this kind of state and you would try to influence someone, sometimes some people might be turned off from you, for sure. But guess what? There's one thing. Even some people go and condition themselves. What you can do, when you have respect and rapport from this one person, attained. Thank you for watching. Karen Corling Urdenata. Thank you for watching. And you two guys on YouTube too. So when you are currently in this kind of state, you feel like, hey man, everything's hype up. Well, sometimes you can influence people, sometimes not. Some people would turn off, some people would turn on. And the thing is, what you should do is you should build rapport. Rapport. What is rapport is? When you have someone there right now in front of you, you can do the same action as someone does. So you can build a subconscious rapport to someone. You just mimic this person, but don't overdo it. And otherwise you say, are you kidding me? Are you a freaking monkey? right? You don't want to do it. You don't want to overdo it, but you can mimic, for example, how someone breathes, like the breath. Like you take at the same moment breath as a person taking breath. You are having the same posture as a human being has. You try to do the same gestics with your arms, maybe also the same mimics with your face when this person does. And then you build a subconscious rapport, and afterwards, when you can talk to this person or show that you have some credentials, then you get some respect from this person. When you get some respect for this person, guess what? These two things, rapport and respect, if you have these two R's there on place, no matter how person is conditioned, no matter how you say like, hey, I have this kind of belief, I believe in this and this and that, if you have this kind of two things in place with this person, you know exactly, I build rapport, you know exactly he has respect about me, about my credentials, about my own skills, about who I am, well, you get this person, you can influence this person. If you want to influence this person, have these two things on place, okay? And when it comes to taking action, why you should take action when you are in this kind of state, maybe not that harsh action, but a little bit action at least, and do it till the end, okay? For example, you're playing the piano and play till the end, okay? Well, basically because it will, this kind of the small certain action that we are doing is creating neural pathways in our own brain, which will lead to the highway of habits. What does it mean? Well, especially in this kind of state of hype, when we are doing actions, even small actions, what will happen that our brain is easier to rewire. It gets easier to rewire because you get faster access to your subconsciousness. You can easier to rewire your brain. When you rewire your brain really quick, really fast, you can do it through doing action, repeated action. You just repeat it over and over again, and this kind of repeating will make it habit. So if you want to establish habit, well, voila, this is the best state you can do. You do it like 10 times in a row, like 12 times in a row, in this kind of hype state, you got it. Because guess what? There was an experiment back in the days with a monkey, which had to do a certain finger movement, and this kind of finger movement, it has taken like 10,000 times to make it a habit, mechanically. What they did afterwards, they have kind of used, there were doctors, and they are made influence on this part in the brain where this kind of feeling of pleasure is there, like intense pleasure hormones. They just activated in the brain of the monkey. And then I said, don't do this action again. And just after 12 times, the habit has been gone. Okay? So 10,000 times and 12 times, which do you want to have? Of course, the 12 times. And when you're in this hype state, you can go for the 12 times pretty fast. And when you do it with the habit, then you can establish a habit really faster. When you want to establish a habit, do this when you're in a hype state, like 12 times in a row. Even right now, you feel like in a hype state, and then you feel like, okay, 10 times in a row, and doing 12 times in a row, and then you have the habit there. You will see like some people are just, hey, for example, someone wants to quit smoking, and the quit smoking is just it's all about the habits. It's all about pleasure and pain. As I told all the best yesterday, but back in the days, like pleasure and pain. If you attach a lot of pain towards smoking and a lot of pleasure, do something instead of, for example, eating a banana or nuts, even better. What will happen? Banana is also cool. You get endorphins for it. And then you can get actually a solid habit. You get a solid habit. Every time you reach to a cigarette, you grab a banana. And you're going to do it like 12 times in a row. What will happen afterwards, especially in the hype state when you do it 12 times in a row, that you are just about you feel like, oh man, that's coffee, okay, I have to reach to the cigarettes, and then your brain, no, and then you reach to the banana. It goes automatically. However, what you should do during establish each habit, you have to make this happening of the past habit really close to impossible to happen again. Really important, because you can still have a rebound effect, and it will happen if you are place yourself in this environment where this old habit happens over and over again. If you place in a different environment, this one habit never happens again. Full stop. Okay, awesome. Reshaper, I hope you got some value from it. If so, smash the like button, share with your friends, comment in the comments box down below what's number of things you picked up so far. And as always, do not lie to yourself. Super now. See you tomorrow.